Kitty Chair Che. Today, I feel like there should be angels popping up around me. So excited about this. This is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. It's 12 new, never before seen shades from Urban Decay, retailing at $55. It comes out September 18th. I don't know how I was so lucky to get my hands on it early, but as soon as I did, I actually got this 2 days ago and I knew, oh my gosh, you guys, I have to make a video, share this with you guys because it is such a good palette. Such a good investment, such a good staple, etc. So today's video is going to be a little tutorial, a little review, some swatching. So first I'm going to talk about the review section of the video. If you guys want to just see the tutorial, I'll put a time marker right here so you guys can skip ahead. So let's just get started. First of all, the actual box is always pretty from Urban Decay. Not that that really matters, we just throw it away, but I just wanted to show that to you guys in case you were interested. It names all the shadow colors on the back, shows you the little brush you're getting inside, talks about all the contents of the palette. So the actual palette, it is so pretty. It looks like a little beam of light or something coming at you. I really like the new square packaging. I kind of thought they would come out with another, you know, rectangular shape just like the other ones, but I don't mind this. I think it's really beautiful. It's plastic, really compact, so you can take it with you when you're traveling. It opens up like this. It has a giant mirror. I don't want to blind you guys, but it has a full mirror on the inside. So that whole top row is pretty much like your cool tones. The bottom row is more warm. It does have some cool tones down at the end. It comes with a brush. I already used it for the tutorial, so this is what the brush looks like, little double-ended brush. So just after swatching that first row to show you guys, I can tell you right now, because I didn't use all of them on my eyes, especially that top row, they're all creamy. They're all gonna be easy to blend. They're all pigmented. They're such great quality matte eyeshadows, I'm telling you guys. So first one is Below. That one is the only one that's not matte in the whole palette. It's kind of like a satin finish. Urban Decay describes it on the packaging as a demi-matte, but let's just be real, it's like a satin. I don't know why they tried to call it that. Next down is Nudie. The third one is Commando. Next is Tempted. And then that purple mauve one's Instinct, and then Lethal is the last one. Great outer corner color, or like for liner, something like that. Those other three that are kind of toward the top are great transition shades. Second row, the first one is called Pregame. Next is Extra Bitter. I die for that color. That's like one of my favorite colors in the palette. Next down is Faith. Fourth down is Lockout, then Magnet, and Blackjack. I did want to show you guys the brush too. You'll see me use it in the tutorial, but the top is just kind of like a pencil brush. It's a little more narrow and pinched, kind of like an oval shaped pencil brush. And then this end is like a MAC 217, something like that. It's really, really dense though. Like it doesn't have a lot of fluffy movement to it, so it's great if you want to buff out under your eye or like pack something on the inner corner and just slightly blend it, but it's not going to give you like super blended out motions, you know what I mean, just because it's so dense. So if you are a beginner and you don't have any shadows, or you don't have a lot of matte shadows, you don't have blending colors, you don't have the basics, run out and buy this when it comes out on the 18th. It is just perfect. It is so beautiful, so easy to use. It's just a great quality palette. If you're like me and probably have every other palette, you know, out there, you don't need this. But again, for the convenience, I just think it's great. The shadows in here obviously are kind of similar to a lot of the Naked palettes that already are out, you know what I mean? But I just love that it's all in one place. They're just perfectly together. You can do any of these. I mix together warm and cool tones. So I think this is great. If you guys have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below. And other than that, let's just get started with the tutorial. So first I'm going to go in with the shade Nudie. This is the perfect transition color for my skin tone. If you have a different skin tone than me, this palette is awesome because it is so basic and matte. There's quite a few shades you can use for a transition depending on what you need for your skin. But I'm just applying this back and forth in windshield wiper motions with an E40 from Sigma, and my eyes are already primed with MAC Painterly Paint Pot. It's always so important to prime no matter what kind of eyeshadow you're doing, no matter how basic it is. Now I'm going in with Faith. It's a mid-tone brown, and I'm going to do the same exact motions. I'm just going to keep this a little bit lower in the crease, and I'm using a MAC 224 just because it's a little bit smaller, but you don't have to do this. If you just have one big blending brush, you can totally do this with one brush. Now I'm going to go back with that Nudie shade and the brush from the palette. Like I said in the review section of the video, this brush is great because it's dense, but it's still fluffy, so it's perfect for blowing out colors underneath the lash line like I'm doing right here. This Nudie shade is just kind of going to help our next shade, Faith, that we're going to go back again with under the lash line right here. We're going to go back with this and basically repeat the same steps we just did in the crease. So you're going to keep this color a little bit further on the outer part of your eye and a little tighter to the lash line, but I'm just buffing it out with that same brush. Now we're going in with one of my favorite colors. It's called Extra Bitter. It's just really warm and kind of like an orangey undertone brown. So I'm putting this on with a MAC 217, just a shorter blending brush, and I'm putting it in a V shape on the outer corner of my eye. And I'm just packing that color on, but then I'm going to turn my brush sideways and kind of blend it up into that Faith shade in the crease area. Now I'm going back with that original blending brush I was using in the crease, and I'm just dusting it with no additional product on it. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Pack the color on, blend it into the crease, and then go back with a clean blending brush and just buff it out. Yep, you guessed it, we're going to go back and do the same exact step on our lower lash line and just make sure that outer corner connects with your crease area. Now we're going to go in with our lid shade. I used Pregame. It's kind of like a really pale butter yellow color, and I'm packing this all over from the inner corner to about 3/4 of the way across my eyelid with a MAC 242. I love this brush just because it packs on a ton of color. It's really thin. It's almost like using your finger. And then once you get that color down, I just went back with that same brush, whatever's left on that 217, and just kind of tapped it down to make sure everything blends and there's no choppiness. Now I'm going back with that Below color. It's just the only one that had a little shine to it, so I wanted to see how it worked. So I laid it on top of my eyelid over that Pregame color, and it did look nice. It just gave it a little more shine, a little extra pop, more dimension. Now I'm just going back with a clean blending brush and buffing that line out from where the lid meets the crease. Now I'm going back with an Ocean Liner Kajal pencil from MAC. It's just like a navy coal, and I'll link it down below. I didn't get footage of it, but I went with that on the lash line because I wanted to go in with this magnet shade and just smoke it out. So you don't really need that liner. It just gives a little bit more depth toward the lash line if you put an actual liner right there and then buff it out with an eyeshadow. So you'll see me go through with a couple different brushes. I'm using a flat definer from MAC at the 212, and then a pencil brush from Morphe, and then I go back with the 217 sometimes too. And I'm just buffing that liner out. I just wanted it to be smoky and easy so that we didn't have to do like a wing liner or anything like that. I just wanted it to be really wearable and basic. And then last time, we're gonna go ahead and copy the same exact step on the bottom lash line, and I'm keeping this dark gray color on the very outer corner. Now for our inner corner highlight and our brow bone highlight, I'm using Blow again, and I'm taking the other side of the brush that comes with the palette. It's more like an oval pencil brush shape, and I'm just popping this on the inner corner and then a little bit on the arch of my eyebrow bone. Not too much, but just a little bit on the arch, just to give it a little extra pop and attention. Now I'm just coating my lashes with some mascara, and then we're going to pop on some lashes. I went ahead and inserted a photo for you guys because I don't have the packaging anymore. I've worn these lashes so many times. They're definitely on their way out, probably like 20 times. I'm not even kidding. They're amazing. They're Queen Bee from Coco. So this is the finished look. I hope you guys love it, and it's really wearable and easy for you guys. And all the other face products I'm wearing will be listed in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.